Hey crafters, welcome back to another Crafty Creations video with Kalisha. Today we will be making a light up Grinch inspired wreath, and here are the items you will need. A 18-inch raised wreath frame, some pipe cleaners, red and green Christmas ornament, ribbon, red and silver Christmas small present scatters, lights, swirl picks, light green 10 by 10 deco mesh, and red and white striped 10 by 10 deco mesh, a Grinch mask, and gloves. I will be sure to leave all the items in the description box below with any links I have, so let's get started. Let's get started with making our working wreath form. To do that, you're going to need a total of 19 pipe cleaners, 9 for the center and 10 for the bottom. To make your wreath form, all I did was use the first 2 rows to make the center ones, and then to know how far apart I just stretched it out, and wherever it ended, I put the next pipe cleaner. To do the bottom row, I did the same thing, but I did rows 2 and 3. Also stretching out the pipe cleaners to the distance, and wherever it ended is where I started the next pipe cleaner. Once you have all your pipe cleaners on, it should look something like this. And that's once again 9 at the top and 10 at the bottom. For this wreath, I have decided to do the poof method with curls. To make your wreath, I have decided to do the green as the base. So first you're going to combine your mesh, scrunch it from one end to the opposite end. You're going to either start at the top or the bottom. And then I have decided that for the top, I am going to do 10-inch poofs going all the way around. Once you have completely gone all the way around the top part, then you can drop down to the bottom row. And for the bottom row, we are going to do 12-inch loops. Once you have completely gone around your bottom row, then we're going to go ahead and we are going to go up, down with 12-inch loops. This is going to make the wreath a little more fuller and to cover in some of those open spots. So once again, you're just going to go up to the first pipe cleaner that's up from where you finished at the bottom, and then you're going to go down from it. So just up and down, going at an angle. Once you have completely gone around your wreath for the second time, you should have a beautifully full wreath, and this is what it should look like. Now let's get started on making those curls. For our curls, we are going to use this red and white striped deco mesh that I got from Hobby Lobby. I am first going to use a roll that I have already had, but you can just use your one roll, and you will need a total of 34. That's 34 strips cut at 8 inches each. Once you have your 12 strips, then you can go ahead and dovetail your ends. I also decided to fold my ribbon in half. That way, once I start making my curls, all I have to do is just scrunch up the center and add it to my curls to make my bundles. Now let's get started on making those bundles. For our bundles, we are going to do 2 curls. To make a curl, all you have to do is roll one end to the opposite end to form a curl, and then we're going to add a ribbon to that, and then you are just going to scrunch it together in the middle and then add it to your pipe cleaner. Now, we are not going to be adding anything else once you place those bundles, so you can go ahead and cut the extra pipe cleaner off. Once you have completed the bottom row, this is what it should look like. We can go ahead and get started on the center row. For the center row, you are going to alternate between doing 2 curls and then 1 curl. So in one pipe cleaner, you're going to add 2 curls, and then in the next pipe cleaner, you're going to add 1. And then you're going to continue to alternate until you are done. Adding no ribbon. Only ribbon should be added to the bottom rows. But do not cut your pipe cleaners because you are going to use those to add your ornaments to your wreath. Once you have added all your curls to the center, you can go ahead and twist your pipe cleaners together if you already have not. This way you will have something to place your ornaments on. Now let's get started on our mask. For this mask, I picked it up at Amazon. I will leave the link down below. You are going to cut off most of the back of it. I also picked up this plastic mask from Amazon just to make it a little more sturdier so that when I place it on my wreath, it will stand out a little more. So go ahead and start gluing that plastic mask to the inside of your Grinch face. Then I started poking holes in the outside rim of the mask where all the fur is. I use my Cricut, I don't know what you call that thing, but it works wonders to poke holes. And you are going to add a total of 4 pipe cleaners to each side, and then 1 at the bottom. So 4 around the top, and then 1 towards the bottom of the mask. So a total of 5 pipe cleaners should be added. Once you have loosely tied down your mask, you can go ahead and cut off any extra fur that is around so that it's not in your way. Then you're going to flip over your wreath and you're going to make sure the mask is centered to where you like it. And then from that point on, if it is, then you can go ahead and tighten it. Once you have your pipe cleaners tightened for your mask, you can go ahead and get started on adding your ornaments to the center curl bundles. To do that, all I did was twist the pipe cleaners in the center all the way up, and then I added hot glue to the pipe cleaners, and then I stuck my ornament on the pipe cleaners. I just slid it on down, adding as much glue to make sure that it stays in place. And you're just going to repeat that all the way around the wreath. Now let's get started on our hands. For the hands, I didn't want them to lay super flat, so I grabbed some polyurine polyurethane. I'm not sure. I grabbed some fluff and I decided to stuff the hands just so it can give it a little depth and stick out a little better. So you're going to take your fluff and you're going to stuff it in each finger and then in the hand part of it. Once you have it to your liking, then you can go ahead and seal the end. I use a mixture of Gorilla Glue and hot glue. Once you've completed both hands, then you can place them to the side to let them dry. Now let's get started on adding our lights to our wreath. For that, I have decided to add 2 pieces of felt to each eye. I placed it in an X formation. And then I took my Cricut weeder and I poked a hole in the felt so that I can place a light in each eye. And then once that was done, I just decided to start placing the lights sporadically around the wreath, going around in a circle until the lights were spread out enough. And this is what it looked like once I had the lights where I wanted them to be. Once you have your lights placed where you would like them to be, we can go ahead and get started on adding our hands to our wreath frame. To add the hands to the wreath, you are first going to take a pipe cleaner and wrap it around the ends of the hands. Once you place the hands where you would like them to be, don't worry about them moving because they literally stick to the deco mesh. So with that being said, I just went ahead and flipped the wreath over and twisted my pipe cleaners around the wreath frame and then folded them off because I was not going to be removing them. Then I flipped it over and I fluffed out my mesh in between the hands and fluffed out the fur. And this is what it looks like. Once you've added your hands, then you can go ahead and add the rest of your decorations. For the presents, the red and silver presents, I just placed some hot glue on the back of the present and then stuck it to the deco mesh. You can place these wherever you would like. I also added some of these red, white, and green swirlies that I got from Amazon. To add them to the wreath frame, I just stuck some hot glue on the tip of them and then stuck it in between the deco mesh. I added a total of 4, I believe. If not 4, then 3. But you can add as many as you would like. And this is our finished product. Isn't that a beautiful wreath? Well, thank you all once again for joining me with creating this lovely wreath. I can't wait to create more with you. See you next time.